Welcome into My Two Bits. This is First Bites. We are looking at the rapid reaction of our Florida Gators versus the Tigers of LSU tonight. I am your host, Mr. Randy. Bear with my voice, people. It was a long night, as we know. Along with my other host, Ben. Ben, how are you? Are you okay? You got a pulse? How are you, my man?
Yeah, I got a pulse. I'm doing okay considering I'm going to say that this was pretty much the expected outcome. It's not the way I expected us to have the outcome, but it was the expected outcome for me. So I'm not too upset. And I do think that there are some things that we should take away here, for the rest of the season that are not horribly bad. There are some things that are pretty bad, obviously, but I think there's some other things that aren't horribly bad. So we'll try and break down everything as we always do, right? We want to look at it all. We're not just going to focus on one thing, and we'll go from there. So get us started here.
Deal. All right, folks, with First Bites, we're keeping it concise, nice and simple. So, like our regular show, our focus on factual analysis and all things Gator football. Yes, we're going to make it as accurate as we possibly can, citing our sources whenever we use them. All statistical data tonight coming from ESPN. Now, let's get into our opening point, high-level game summary. B, start us off.
Yeah, so as mentioned, kind of what I thought more or less would be the case here. Again, not the way I expected it. Defense, kind of stole the show tonight on both sides of the ball, right? Though I honestly think that our defense probably played better than their defense did. We just gave them some really nice layups, or one player did in particular, obviously in good old DJ. Tough night, in a lot of different ways, but we'll talk a little more about that. Like I said, the positives here I think are our defense, right? Yes, final score 2010, but the defense allows 13 in Death Valley. I'd have to go back and look when the last time we only allowed 13 points to be scored on us in Death Valley was, but I'm going to guess it's been a minute. That'll be something I'll have to reference for Monday night and see if I can go look that up, because that's how much the defense allowed in overall yardage as well. Pretty good there. Only gave up 316 total yards. So that's pretty impressive. Barely over 300 yards to a pretty competent team. Now, granted, they've had their struggles on offense so far, but they weren't, horrible or anything, certainly. So I think overall, really, really solid game from them. Obviously, the offense, not the same. Continued struggles on that side of the ball. It did see some things that were better than last week, and then obviously saw a lot that were worse than last week. But I think what you saw here in summary, and I'll just keep it really brief, is a kind of a culmination of what we've seen with DJ since the end of last season, right? Since Florida State, Tulane, whatever you want to call it, one of those two games, where teams kind of figured out what he wanted to do in this offense and said, okay, we can take that away. We mentioned this before, and they did, clearly, because we had no deep shots that actually got completed. And if they take that away and make you throw underneath stuff, he struggles more there with not necessarily accuracy, but decision making and reading coverages, right? We certainly saw that, but also the way we run those routes, right? They're just kind of sitting out there, and it makes it easy for the defense to jump on them, right? It really does. It really makes it easy for the defense to jump on a lot of this stuff. So again, is some of the fault here on DJ? Absolutely. He's the one who made those throws, poor decisions, almost all of them. I'm not gonna, give him a pass really on any of those that he made. But at the end of the day, this offense makes it so much harder on any quarterback, right? Not just DJ, but any quarterback, on what they're trying to do when you're trying to move the ball through the air. It's just so much more difficult, which raises the question of why didn't we run the ball more? But that's a whole nother conversation that we'll probably get into on Monday night when we go through and break this thing down. So yeah, game summary, obviously a tough loss on the road, tough place to play, but I didn't think that really had that much of an impact, to be honest with you. It didn't seem like it did. I think one false start in the game, a lot of holding calls, man, tough one, obviously on that play with ball where he went, but ultimately I just think that they were ready for what we were going to show them, because it's the same thing we kind of show everybody, at least in the passing game. And yeah, we just didn't do a very good job executing any of that. That's really all I got. But hats off to the defense. Hats off to the defense. They look stellar, and I think you have a lot of potential good there as things progress in the rest of the season, which is not important. It's important not to lose sight of that, right? So what do you got? What's your take?
Nice, B. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what I take away from this was we had an opportunity to win in Death Valley at night. I mean, just throw that out there. Okay. LSU, you said it. LSU scored 13 on this defense. Remember, folks, the other score came on the pick six. Okay. Giving up 13 to LSU in Death Valley in that kind of environment, we'll take every day of the week, twice on Sunday or Saturday night, however you want to put it. So I can't say that I'm going to disagree with you a lot here. The defense did exactly what they're supposed to do. When you talk about complementary football, they surely did their part. I didn't expect as many interceptions. I figured he would try and get a home run ball. He would try and get a grand slam ball. I figured he would make a mistake in coverage. We talked about him making mistakes in, Lagway, making mistakes in coverage before when they bracket the receivers, the over or the under. But I didn't anticipate 5. That's just unbelievable to me. Almost inexcusable, but unbelievable nonetheless. It was amazing to me, amazing that you have hashtag wrecking ball. Trying to get that saying further, by the way. Exactly. Trying to. Thank you. You're clearly more hip than I am. But seriously, that you have that type of an asset, and you don't use it to run the football. It is unbelievable to me the type of talent you have, the kind of skill level you have, and not utilizing it to the fullest. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I believe I saw a post for Billy, a baby Bayou Billy, and his elementary offense. Nice one. Whoever said that, that's I can't disagree with you at this point. But no, I'm going to stick on the fact of we had a true opportunity to win, especially when you look at the position the defense put us in. I minus the 5 INTs, what do we look like? Minus a holding call on Baugh's long touchdown. What does that look like? We had opportunity, right? Missed opportunities, missed shots. Issues again with holding on this offensive line, which again, I said it before, I said it last week, egg on the face, but man, this O-line is not what it's just not. It's just not what we expected, not what we anticipated, not what we were looking so forward to in turning that chapter to become the E word. I won't say it again. I won't say it. So yeah, just absolutely frustrated because I felt this one got away with us in ways that we couldn't anticipate. And some of the key stats we'll go over later is just the fact that we had many opportunities to be more competitive or, again, compete for the win. That's the main thing. Okay, so that's it from a high level. Outside of that, let's dive into the next point, B. Looking over some key stats. What do you got?
Well, so the obvious one is clearly the 5 interceptions. I mean, it goes without saying, but I think I'm actually going to go a different way with it. Here, I'm actually going to go with the pass to run ratio. So you made the point, Jaden Baugh, right? He had 4.6 yards a carry again tonight, so almost 5 yards a carry. He's been averaging right around 5 yards a carry, if not higher, throughout the season. And even in SEC play here, he's close to 5 yards a carry. He got 10 carries tonight. 10. Are you kidding me? We only ran the ball 27 times, despite running 76 plays, I believe is the count you gave me. And that looks to be correct here. Yeah, 76 plays. And we ran the ball 27 times. So that's actually going to be my key stat, that out of 76 plays in a close game, really, throughout, right? It was never more than 2 possessions, and the 2 being 10 points, right? And a lot of it was 1 possession for most of it. You pass the ball 49 times and run it 27 in an offense that by its definition favors the run. And you have a running back getting close to 5 yards a carry in a hostile environment on the road. And for the record, I actually thought the O-line was better tonight. They were not what we thought they would be, for sure. I agree with that sentiment still, but I actually thought they were better tonight than they had been. I'm seeing improvement there game by game, which is good. It should have been better from the start, but I'm still seeing improvement. But yeah, my key stat is going to be 49 passes, 27 rushes. That's my key stat. And frankly, actually, I think a couple of those are influenced by Lagway's on here with 9 rushes. Several of those were scrambles where he was supposed to throw. So it's actually more skewed than that. So you're looking at close to 75-25 in terms of that. That's wild. That is wild. I'm going to leave it right there. What do you got?
Extremely wild. Yeah. Run to pass discrepancy is key. The interceptions are key. I'll tell you what else is key. The fact of the matter is the Florida Gators had 0 sacks.
Yeah, that's a great call out. Yeah, for sure. I do. Go ahead.
No, just as great as the defense played, the containment, everything that they did. Again, a busted play here, a busted play there. But for all intents and purposes, that we just could not got to the backfield a decent amount, just could not get Nussmeier's jersey dirty and put him on his rear end.
Yeah, and I mean, not to get into too much analysis there, but I would credit LSU there. I think they were ready for us to have a good pass rush. I think they got the ball out of his hand very quickly, consistently all night. He didn't hold it much, and then the one time he kind of did hold it, he threw a pick, but it wasn't the only time. But I think they were ready for us to have a good pass rush, and we showed that. I was surprised we didn't blitz a little more, but anyway, we'll leave that one alone.
Exactly.
But yeah, you're right. No sacks is no sacks, and this defense continues to not get very many sacks. We're definitely going to miss our keep it or pitch it number, the pace we're going at, unless they pick that up tremendously. And low tackles for loss again as well. But again, I don't care if they're executing as well as they are. Like, they did a really good job. I mean, held LSU to 316 yards of total offense, as I mentioned, and that's including a really long run in garbage time at the end of the game there for like 60 yards. Take that away, they were like 250. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous how good this defense was tonight. Like, they were really, really, really good. So anyway, I hear you, though. It is important, and it does matter for sure. So moving on.
All right, let's look at the impact play. What do you got, B?
So this one's tricky for me, but I think it's going to be Lagway's second pick for me. Here we are, 2 minute, actually moving the ball, looking competent in a 2 minute offense, amazingly, looking like we're going to go down and score. We're moving the ball along, and then for some reason in a 2 minute offense, here you come in 12 personnel, where you only put 2 receivers out on the field. I mean, technically we did run a tight end out, so there were 3, but it was out of 12 personnel, and you get, I don't know if it's VB3 or we'll say it was VB3, running over the top on an in, right, a deep in, and the safety reads it, because there's only two receivers that he has to look at, and one's already covered up down low with Trey. And so he can just go double cover the guy basically from deep. He reads Lagway's eyes and comes downfield and makes the pick. And that's actually the one I probably wouldn't put on Lagway too much, because he's obviously reading the coverage corner. He's not looking at the safety crashing right on that play. And I see why he would have missed that. Like, that one I can actually understand. And great play by the safety, great read coming downfield and making that pick. But again, it's just not that hard when you have two routes or three or whatever. Like, it's just like, come on. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand it. So that's going to be my impact play of the game, because that obviously flipped momentum there right at the end of the half. Goes from us getting a field goal or a touchdown potentially to them obviously getting a field goal. Them going, worst case scenario, we were going to go into half tied. Instead, they go in up 3, and that changes the whole dynamic of how the second half starts and then obviously finishes. So, but yeah, defense. That's a good point. Defense shuts out LSU at home in the second half. Shuts them out. Let's keep that in mind. Granted, they took knees at the end when they could have scored probably, but still, shuts them out at home in the second half. So, but impact play is DJ's second pick right before the half there. What do you got?
I know they shut them out in the fourth quarter. I think they had a touchdown in the third quarter, but
they did. It was a pick 6, though. That's not the defense.
Never mind. You're correct, sir. I stand corrected. Very good.
Yep.
See how frustrated we are, folks. It's just unreal. It's unreal.
Tough. It's tough.
Anyway, to that end, I'm gonna go with Ball's touchdown. Oh wait, that was called back because of holding.
Yeah, it's a big one. Big
right?
One for sure.
When you look at the penalties, folks, I got to go back and double check this, but of all the penalties that we had tonight, I want to say we had 3 holding penalties.
I think it was 4 actually, but yeah,
maybe 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. 4. You know what? I'd err to add one more onto that just because of what we saw in the field. But I mean, let's be honest. That touchdown, when you look at the way it was done, the explosive, it was a big explosive. You can just feel like, okay, this is gonna happen. Okay, we scored first. Granted, it was a field goal, but that's fine. And now this is gonna happen. And now we've got momentum. Now we've got the lead. Now we're gonna push. Now we can play what? Complementary football. You know what? I think complementary football goes down, okay, as much as spot the ball and scared money don't make money. I'm sorry. It has to.
It's up there for sure.
I'm going to add it to the repertoire. Thank you, baby Bayou Billy. Appreciate that. But at the end of the day, another crappy way to get an amazing play negated. So yeah, Ball's touchdown called back. So that's
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So outside of that, B, let's take a look at player of the game. Player of the game. What do you got?
Yeah, so this is actually a tough one. It clearly has to come from the defense for me. Several candidates on this, but I'm going to go with Myles Graham. Multiple impacts all over the field. They only have him for 1 tackle for loss. I swear he got 2, but I guess he didn't. Multiple times shooting the gaps on runs, perfectly timing up a run blitz. I mean, the kid's instincts are just phenomenal. He plays so well, great in coverage. Great play at the beginning of the game when he comes off his man. Nussmeier catches that he's doing that because it looks like Nussmeier's scrambling. Graham comes off his man. He comes at him to make the tackle. Nussmeier sees that, tries to throw the ball to the man that he left uncovered. Graham's not having any of it, jumps up, makes a remarkable play. Later in the game, he twists his body around and jumps backwards to break up another pass. I mean, so he has two pass deflections, 2 great, shoots into the backfield for impact tackles, both on 3rd down, by the way, in those scenarios, and forces a 4th down in both cases. Like, I mean, just guys everywhere. He's all over the place. He only had 4 tackles in the game that it shows on the stat sheet right now. I feel like he had more than that, but just absolutely phenomenal. Outstanding player. Love that we have him. Again, great things for this defense. It's funny. I really wish we could get the defense and offense playing good at the same time. It feels like that's just not a thing that we can do because, yeah. Anyway, that's my player of the game for sure is Mr. Myles Graham. What do you got?
Great player to have. Myles is clearly an instinctive special player, period. His football IQ is through the roof. The way that he responds to plays, you can tell. You can absolutely tell. Great pick.
Yep.
I vacillated back and forth. Mine's going to have to be GG, George Gums. He
Yep.
proves
Good one.
time and time again to be a beast. He is your blue collar in the trenches. You need something dirty to get done? I'm your guy. I'm your guy. 5 total tackles, 2 solo, 3 assisted, a number of other plays that he impacted just because of his positioning on the field, a tackle for loss, and in addition to that, the punch out, the forced fumble. We just couldn't pick it up. We couldn't dive on it. We couldn't capitalize on it. But hey, nonetheless, a forced fumble. Hands were active. The punch out, George Gums, my player of the game. So awesome. Both on defense. How about that? How about that?
Yeah, not a surprise there. Though I could have given it to Baugh because he did have over 100 all-purpose yards in the game between receiving and rushing. So could have been Baugh, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely well deserved there as well. All right, let's wrap it up, B.
Yeah, tough loss. But again, not I don't think unexpected. You know, when you look at this and you know how we looked offensively going into a team that looked like they were pretty good on defense, I think we confirmed they were. I think what I'm taking away from this week is what can I learn, right? What can I learn about this team from this? You know, and what didn't we know, or what can we confirm? Maybe even what do we think we know that maybe we know more solidly now? I think we know this defense is good. I'm willing to say it. I think this defense is good. The plays that we gave up tonight were not about the player execution on the field. They were about scheme. We have a couple holes in scheme that I'd like to see clean up. I'll talk more about that on Monday for sure. But overall, I think defense is good. Offense is not good, clearly. A lot of holes there. But again, I think a lot of that goes back to choices in play calling and design. I can't not fault that. I just can't. Obviously, there's player execution stuff there too, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I think those are my takeaways. I'm disappointed, but I'm also not surprised. So there you go. What do you got?
It's interesting because do we see it? Okay, first of all, is this a sophomore slump for DJ? Second thing, so that's what I'm going to play around in my head. Second thing, the injuries, the lack of time on the field, the lack of time on the field with the guys in practice. Is that a contributing factor? Third thing, is it because he spent so much time in film because he was injured? Does that mean he's over processing, right? Which one is it? Door number 1, door number 2, door number 3. It does not
Yes.
matter. It doesn't matter. It's broke. It's broke. And when you have,
Yeah.
right, an elementary Bayou Baby Billy offensive play scheme, okay, that's almost as bad as the coach from Waterboy, I tell you, it just is absolutely so frustrating, right? And I'm sure all of you, I'm sure you've seen the memes this past week, coaching for idiots, right? I'm sure you've seen it. We continue to be frustrated. It looks like in this episode, I am more frustrated than B. B, kudos for you for keeping your cool. And to that end, I'm gonna say I'm gonna look forward to recapping the analysis and breaking everything down with you on Monday night on our regularly scheduled My Two Bits pod. Outside of that, please feel free if you got anything else and wrap us up.
Yeah, I think that's about it. As we've been saying, you know, as we go through these things, if you enjoyed this, please press like on whatever platform you're on. If you want to hear more, hit subscribe. And until Monday night, wherever you are, whenever you may be listening, thanks for taking the time, and we'll see you around, Gator Nation.